Identify the roles that you have. Once you do that, the second thing you got to do is fulfill your obligation towards each role. What is your obligation towards your father, your mother, your neighbor, yourself, your friend, your spouse, your pet, your children, all of that, your siblings? What does Allah say to you? The success of relationships. Brothers and sisters, you cannot reach paradise and be safe from the fire until your relationships are right. And your relationships have to be based on halal and haram. They have to be based on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you as a duty. So here's the first thing. Identify your role. Who are you? Are you a father? Are you a mother? Are you a brother? Are you a sister? Are you a child, a son, a daughter? Are you a boss? Are you an employee? Are you a business person? Are you a leader? Are you a worker? Who are you? Are you a teacher? Are you an imam? Who are you? Every single one of you has a role in life, brothers and sisters. كلكم راع وكل مسؤول عن رعيته. Every one of you is a shepherd and everyone is responsible for their flock. Are you a neighbor? Are you a member of the community? Every one of you has a place. Identify who you are. Where is your role? Once you identify your role, brothers and sisters, then number one, write it down. Write down, my role is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the places that Allah has blessed me with, and I am there. So I am a son, I am also a brother, I am also a teacher, I am also a neighbor, I am also a pet owner, I'm also identify the roles that you have. Once you do that, the second thing you got to do is fulfill your obligation towards each role. What is your obligation towards your father, your mother, your neighbor, yourself, your friend, your spouse, your pet, your children, all of that, your siblings? What does Allah say to you? And you do it in this order. Priority. You ready for the priority in relationships? Some of you might not like it in this day and age, but I'm going to tell you straight out, according to Islam. The priorities in relationships are, number one, your parents, number one. Number two, your immediate family. So your wife or your husband and your children. Number three, your relatives. Number four, your friends. In that order. What? My parents come before my wife, before my husband, before my children? Yeah, but not the way you're thinking. Each one has a right. The rights of your parents are not like the rights of your children. But why did I put the parents first? Because number one, Islam put them first, and number two, the reason it put them first is because as they get older, they get weaker. And you can manage it. If you're many siblings, share the role. That's another topic. But remember, your parents are easy to let go of. People cut off their parents all the time. They're toxic, they're not good. Remember what I told you, if you can't solve it, minimize it. One girl said to me, my father, he's like this and like that. I said, can you solve it? No, I can't. So minimize it. She says, I can't. I said, all right, are you safe? No, I'm not safe. I go, all right then, do you have any relatives? Anyone else you can be safe with? Yes, so and so. So, alhamdulillah, we organized a place for her, but she continued to talk to her father. Didn't cut him off completely. Re-established the relationship, get a mediator, get a help. The thing is, brothers and sisters, we never just give up and stop. Anyway, that's a long story. So parents in general, followed by immediate family, followed by relatives, then friends, and so on. Number three, take control of your actions. You take control of your actions. You take control of how you want to act. All right? You understand what that means? And number four, good manners and pure intentions. So if you want to succeed in your relationships, have good manners and pure intentions. Another word for it is emotional intelligence. Have you ever heard of emotional intelligence? I'm going to tell you about emotional intelligence with relationships. The great experts talked about this. They said, imagine emotions in relationships like an emotional bank. What do you do in a bank? What do you do at a bank? What do you do at a bank? You deposit and withdraw. These are two things we do in a bank. We deposit and withdraw. Think of relationships and emotional connection with other people like a bank where you deposit and withdraw. For example, in the beginning of your marriage, when you're engaged, getting to know each other in a halal way, you're both really lying to each other. It's all acting. Because the emotions are up there, you're on your best behavior. So forget about the emotions and all that stuff. Focus on what really matters. After all the honeymoon and everything goes away, the hardest part is the first year. It's when you're learning about each other. That's when the conflicts start to come. Oh, you're like this. Oh, I didn't know like that. Don't worry. That's okay. You're learning about each other. Here's a trick. The more you deposit of your goodness towards someone, the more your investment is, and the stronger the relationship becomes. A nice word is an investment, a compliment, time, physical support, money, defending someone, being there for them, spending time with them, appreciating them, helping them. The more you do that, the more you are depositing into the emotional bank, the more it will be remembered. In the beginning, the first year, because of your honeymoon, you haven't really deposited much. That's why they say in the first year, about 36% of marriages fail in the first year, because they're not patient with each other. And number two, they haven't deposited enough. They haven't invested enough. Invest them in the halal way, of course. What you need to avoid is withdrawing too much. Deposit more, withdraw less. Stop sucking the person dry. That's where toxicity comes in. And it has to be mutual between you and the other person. Otherwise, you distance. The more you deposit, the less you withdraw, the greater the memories, good memories. What is relationships? It's memories. What is relationships? Memories. Whether it's husband and wife, parents and children, cousins, friends, at the workplace, anything, anyone, even animals. Your cat will love you more when it feels you're depositing more. They just show their affection in different ways. Anything. So it's called the emotional bank. Take this as a rule, inshallah.